Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. And what we're going to do in this part is, as far as I know, there's a treasure chart over here, so we're actually going to, treasure chart 21. Now, as far as I know, there are two treasure charts that have locations on Forest Haven. So, one of them, I think, as far as I know, is a piece of heart, and one of them is 200 rupees, I think. Don't quote me on it. Well, I suppose we'll find out soon enough when we see what this one is. I'm pretty sure there's one that's a piece of heart, but I think there are actually two that lead to Forest Haven. What I've decided to do with these treasure charts is that when I see them as I go along, I'm going to get them. But other than that, on screen... Oh, a piece of heart. On screen during the course of the Let's Play, I'm only going to show the ones that are pieces of heart. And then what I'm going to do after that is only show the ones that... I'm going to do one big video where I post-commentate me opening all of the treasure charts, like all the ones that have money in it, and then we're going to do like the end of the game. How does that sound to you guys? Because that way, like, people who don't want to... watch me opening a load of treasure charts, they can just skip that video and they won't miss any of the ones that have pieces of heart and stuff like that. So I think that's the best way to go, because I don't think not everyone wants to watch me opening a load of treasure charts, so I think that would be the best option. Here, we're going to get another big side quest out of the way. We're going to do the trading sequence, and I love the trading sequence, it's so fun, but the thing is that it costs money to do the trading sequence. It's kind of a different kind of trading sequence, because the trading well, I don't know, there are two trading sequences in Ocarina of Time. None of them are the mask one is kind of useless, really, but the one in for the big Goron sword is quite cool, actually. And what you want to do is you want to talk to Zunari, and I don't know whether it's here you talk to him. Yes, it's another fine day. Oh yeah, what we have to do is we have to get a town flower off him for 10 rupees. And then what you want to do, I'm going to show you like the path that I take to go and do the trading sequences, but there are multiple ways that you can do it, so this is just one possible path. But some of the paths, if you take the wrong path, it'll result in a dead end. So if I were you, I'd follow this one. Because this path is quite efficient. As far as I know, it's one of the... Like, there are only a couple of different paths, but this one, as far as I know, is the best one. You want to, like, go to Great Fish Isle with your town flower. But geez, I'm being very informative today. I'm not usually this informative. Well, I think, on balance, I'm more informative when I'm playing Legend of Zelda Wind Waker than when I'm playing Metroid Prime. Because, to be honest, once you get past, like, the first 10 minutes of Metroid Prime, there's nothing really to explain anymore. You don't really have to explain anything, because it's just shooting up bitches, opening doors and things like that. Whereas in this game, there's kind of, sometimes there are new things that I have to explain, like how this is going to work and stuff like that. Basically, there are three traders, and if you, actually this is kind of fun actually. If you use the Deku Leaf, you can blow their hats off, which is kind of fun, and you can see that they're Gorons. Oh, come on. And I love the way they, like, throw their arms up in the air. Put your arms in the air. Put your hands up. You put your hands up. Oh no, do you have to talk to him? No, keep it, you idiot. Don't slash the Goron's belly. I'm what you'd call a travelling merchant. Yes, I'm just a cheery fellow who bobs between waves in search of all manner of rare items, cracked and pristine, wild and woolly. I came from distant lands because I heard there was a treasure of great worth on this island, but I can't find a thing. I thought perhaps my fate would cross with that most mystic of rare items, the fabled Shop Guru statue, but seems as though as I am off the mark yet again. By the by, for some reason, looking at that delivery bag of yours gives me the sneaking suspicion that you might have some gooseberry pie. My mama told me to bring this pie over to Reverend Jones's place. Is that gooseberry pie? This knapsack I'm looking around is stuffed with full of all sorts of wondrous things. Like, why, I heard a rubber band, I seen a peanut stand, I seen a needle that winked its eye, but I beat on seeing about everything when I see an elephant fly. Oh, that's a town flower, is it not? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this sea flower? Sure. Most worthy then my fee will be. Well, I suppose 20 rupees will do. It's a deal. That settles things. Now, like, why I was mentioning the mask side quest in Ocarina of Time is that this one is quite similar. In that you actually have to spend money to do it. Oh, I love this scene. So, by trading your goods for my goods, we formed a merchant's oath. As such, from now on, I shall honor our merchant's oath by sending shipments of my product to Windfall Island's shop. How, do you ask? Why, my good pal the postman will take it there for me, so it will likely get there before you do. Just head back to Windfall and see for yourself. Thanks again. Now, the reason you can actually, start on any of the 3 islands, Mother and Child Isles, Bomb Island, or Great Fish Isle. But funnily enough, if you start on Great Fish Isle, it saves time, because you trade him the town flower for the sea flower, and then you can trade him his own sea flower back again for the exotic flower, which I think is quite funny, and it kind of saves time. That's one of the reasons why I find this to be one of the best routes to take. I kind of like the items. They're really fun. Like, they're fun looking, like the exotic flower and the sea flower and the town flower. They're just really fun. Now, what he said basically is he's going to send his items back to Zunari's shop. Oh no, where do I want to go? He's going to send his items back to Zunari's shop. So basically, there are 2 things you gain from this side quest. First of all, you get a piece of heart at the end if you do it right. The second thing you get is the last item for our inventory screen, funnily enough. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But yes, the last item for our inventory screen, and you'll get to see just what that is. This last item, everyone says it's useless. Actually, in my opinion, there are about 1 or 2 situations in which it's actually quite useful, and I'll show you which ones they are. But for the moment, we're just going to go to Mother and Child Isles. When you're doing the path, Great Fish Island is the key, because you want to take the path which takes you to Great Fish Island the most, and that's and like the only reason you do that is because Great Fish Island you can warp there straight away with the Ballad of the Gales. But if you have to go to Bomb Island, you have to warp to Forest Haven and then go north, and if you want to go to Mother and Child Isles, you can't warp there because you'll go into the volcano. So you have to go to Tingle Island and go northwest. So that's why the more you have to go to Great Fish Isle, the better. So what have you guys been doing? Today is February 4th. Not February 4th, March 4th. And I recorded a really fun video for my vlog channel today, and it'll be going up today. And it's actually quite fun. What happened was I baked lemon drizzle cake and showed you how to make it and stuff like that. And I kind of talked while it was in the oven and stuff. So it's going to be a long video. I haven't edited it together yet, but it's going to be fun. That shark is just coming along with us, isn't he? Maybe he's going to be our friend. Please, I'm friend, please. So what was I talking about? Today is March 4th, and as I speak, well, not as I speak. Ooh, treasure. Oh, get out of here. Yeah, the sharks can be a pain in the ass. We're just gonna find where the Mother and Child Isles treasure chart is here, because, as I said, if I see him, and I'm gonna pick him up. Because say what you see, and if you see it, say it. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Supposed to get on my grappling hook. See, as you can see, you can't, you really have to use the treasure chart to do this, because the gift from above, the power of love, disappears too quickly when you get close to it. But yeah, I'll be getting Pokemon White today, which I'm looking forward to it because as like you guys will know, probably I stayed absolutely Silver Rupee. I stayed absolutely 100%, well not 100%, but almost 100% spoiler free for that game. So I don't know any of like the new Pokemon or stuff like that. The only things I know are like a couple of the new Pokemon that were released, like pre-released and stuff like that, like actually in advertising and stuff. And Mega Superstore. Let's see what this guy's face is like, because they all have different faces. No, not the Deku Leaf. He doesn't want to buy that. Woo! Yeah, he wants to buy your exotic flower. Yeah, I stayed completely spoiler free, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be so fun. Cause I'm hoping that it's like the last time I didn't stay spoiler free for Generation 4. But I did stay, I think Generation 4 was the first generation where I didn't have to stay spoiler free. Because for Generations 2 and 3, like, all we knew was like, oh look, that's my favorite one, and look, the tree is after growing big. There's Wobbuffet again. All we knew, like, for Generation 2, like, when I was younger and, like, we didn't know anything about the internet. Well, it's not like we didn't know anything about the internet, it's just that, like, there wasn't, like, anything, like, going on Cerebi and, like, checking, like, stuff like that. Well, there was, but I didn't do it. So I was completely spoiler-free for Generation 2, and that would make it really sweet when you'd see, like when like Snubbull would appear in like the Pokemon movie, or Donphan or things like that, or like when Marill and Togepi were in the cartoon, and you'd be like, oh my god, what are they? And stuff like that. And then it's like when you get Pokemon Gold and Silver, you're just in this big world with all these new Pokemon, and it was just amazing. It was like the song, you know, it's a whole new world we live in, but you still gotta catch 'em all and be the best that you can be. Yeah, that's what it was like. It was like a whole new world. And it was the same with Generation 3, because I remember there was so little released from Generation 3. Like, all we found out in Generation 3 was like Why Not and like Sharpedo and stuff like that. Like, that's all I found out. So that when I got Generation 3, I loved Generation 3. It was so brilliant. And like, Generation 3 kind of, it fell out of favour with me, and it kind of fell by the wayside. But like, recently I've been playing Sapphire again, and I've been like, oh my god, this game. Well, not really recently, kind of like a few months ago I picked up Sapphire again. Maybe last summer. Almost a year ago now, I picked up Sapphire again, and I was like, oh my god, these games are actually some of the best Pokemon games ever. They're really good, and in my opinion, they're better than Gen 4. I think Gen 4 made the mistake of reaching critical mass. I don't know, I think it just, like, it tried to have everything in it, and that's why I'm really looking forward to Gen 5, because, ooh, more treasure. Sorry, I'm just like, I might as well pick these things up when I see them. Okay, I think Bomb Island it's... Oh yeah, but that's why I'm so excited for Generation 5, because I can just smell that it's going, like, there are going to be no old Pokemon, like, there aren't going to be, like, it was just crazy that in, like, Generation 4 there were, like, Psyducks and Geodudes and Zubats everywhere. It was just, it didn't make any sense. It was just like, why? Like, wah! Link, don't jump out of the boat. This is going to be such a long episode. I'm apologising in advance for how long this episode is going to be, because it's going to be crazy long. If I'm going to do all of this trading sequence, and I'm going to be, like, not cutting anything out or anything like that. But I kind of liked the video where I did the Korok side quest as well. That was really fun when I did that, and that was my first, like, feature-length video. I think it's fun to do kind of quests like this in one video. It's kind of just cool. Oh, it's a piece of heart. Well, that's kind of cool. That's the fourth piece. Like, Brian Eno, he's the best one in Roxy Music. Well, when he was with Roxy Music, yeah, Brian Eno. I'm quite the Brian Eno fan. Link, what are you doing picking up rocks like that? The boulder! The boulder has overcome his conflicting feelings and is ready to bury you in a rock avalanche. Let's see what his face is like. Oh, it'd be kind of cool if they'd given them like different faces. Like one could have been like Darunia and one could have been like, well, I don't know. I like his hat. It reminds me of the hat the Scarecrow had in Batman. Well, in the cartoon of Batman anyway. I actually haven't seen, well no, I have seen the Scarecrow in the Batman movies, because I've seen the Batman movies, like the new ones. But I just love, I love the old ones. See, as you can see, you're shelling out a lot of money here. That's why I decided to go and get those that €750 from the Tingle statue. So, by trading your goods for my goods, blah blah blah, a merchant's oath. And he's going to send Sickle Moon flags to Windfall Island. Now you don't have to do the whole sequence to get the reward from Zunari. I don't think I mentioned this, but you have to do the whole sequence in order to get the Piece of Heart. But I think you only have to expand it by about 4 or 5 different pieces in order to get the one from. Yeah, way to go screwing up the Ballad of the Gales. In order to get the one from Zunari. I can't remember what I was talking about. I was probably talking about Black and White. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think I loved, like, Generation 3 was just so fun. When I look back at it, I think the thing that made me dislike Generation 3 was I kind of, like, I hate to say this because Power Dragon's LPing it at the moment, but, like, Pokemon Colosseum, I really liked Pokemon Colosseum first, but, like, when I started playing it more and more, it's kind of like its flaws started to show, Joe, that kind of way. Well, you just hacked it, didn't you? Jesus! Oh my god, you asshole! I'm gonna kill you just for that. Best way to kill a cold is with arrows. Come on, Link, you can get him. Wait until he's like... Come on, Link, come on. Come on up and get me if you're smart. There you go. Thought you were so smart, didn't you? So smart. Stupid shark. Yeah, 2 arrows kills those guys. I don't know if 1 ice arrow kills them or 1 fire arrow kills them, but like... I don't know. I don't know how that guy hit me, because I was just about to jump over him. But I don't know, I think like the Pokemon Colosseum, when like the flaws started to show in that game, I think the thing that turned me off... No, that's wrong. I'm lying when I say that. What turned me off Generation 3 originally was that like when you're a kid like that, you don't kind of want to view them like on their own as games, especially with Pokemon. You want to see them as part of the whole Pokemon franchise. And like when you had Generation 2 and Generation 1, they were able to interact with one another. But as soon as you got Generation 3, because of the jump from Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, there was a complete disconnect, and there was no like it's just like Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald had to stand on their own 2 feet. And I think I was just like, that kind of turned me off, I think. That's what turned me off them. But like now that I'm older and I go back and I look at them, and I'm like able to look at them as just standalone games, they're actually really, really good. Like they're really fun games to play. And they're the kind of last Pokemon games where that's one thing actually that I'm hoping that they fixed in this generation compared to Generation 4, and especially fucking Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Those games, like, they completely ruined those games by the curve is just completely wrong. Like the experience, like, it's just so hard to gain experience in that game. 85 fucking rupees. It's so hard to gain enough experience in that game for what you need. It's just so annoying because, like, do you know where you have the Versus Seeker in all of the other games so that you can go and battle trainers to get experience? You don't have that in Soul Silver and Heart Gold. You have to rely on your stupid phone, and, like, that's no good if you want to gain levels. It's just... That was the thing. Like, I haven't finished Soul Silver just because I got so turned off by the experience thing. And I also got really turned off by the by the computer system. I hated the computer system in Soul Silver. Because I thought that the computer system, it was like they forced touchscreen onto the computer system, and it wasn't supposed to work. So I'm hoping they fixed that in Generation 5. I hope they fix the experience curve. Like, I hope they make it harder. Like, I hope they make the trainers more difficult. And that, because so far, in my opinion, Generation 1 and Generation 3 had the perfect experience curves. They kind of always kept the difficulty at a constant. Which I think was good. And I don't agree with the dumbing down of games. Like, when I was 9, like this, back in my day, here we go. Back in my day, when I was 9 years old, oh, do I see that? Oh no, that's Samuel L. Jackson. I thought it was Treasure. What kind of moon do we have tonight? Oh, Jesus Christ. What was that noise? Oh, it was me passing over that thing. Back in my day, when we were like 8 and 9 years... Well, yeah, 9 years old. Like, we had Generation 1, and those games were hard. Like Red, Blue, and Yellow, they were tricky. Like, because the games like would screw you over a lot more than the games do now. And, I don't know, like, we had to put up with games being hard and stuff like that. I don't agree with the dumbing down of games. I just think it's like, that's what they seem to be doing with games, is dumbing them down. That's why I was glad that they put that a lot of the stars in. Like, I think for all the things that I complain about in Mario Galaxy 2, which are kind of just kind of oh wait, no, I'm supposed to go to this guy again. Which are kind of just kind of personal foibles. Wait a second, what's he have for us this time? Would you be interested in trading that bad motherfucker wallet? I like the Skull Tower idol. Yeah, that's what, for all the things I give out about in Mario Galaxy 2, that's the one thing I think they did right, was that they got the difficulty bang on, because I think to get enough stars to get to the end of the game was just kind of mildly challenging. It wasn't really challenging at all, really. But like, you know, well, it was challenging enough. It was just kind of at the perfect difficulty level. And then, what are you doing, Harry? Then in order to get the to get 120 stars though, and to get like the green stars, and to get the last mission in the game, they made that like some of those missions are really only for kind of hardcore Mario players. Like, so I think like they really did hit the nail on the head with Mario Galaxy 2 and having stuff for like kids and stuff for people who are like serious into playing the game and stuff like that, and like really just want to like get all they can out of the game. So that's why, like, for all the things that I'd give out about Mario Galaxy 2, that's the one thing they did perfectly in my opinion. Oh, for God's sake, not you again. And yeah, I think that it's a shame to do that in games. It's just like, why? Because they kind of did it in this game. I mean, compared to Majora's Mask, Majora's Mask is such a hard game to finish, and this game is easy compared to it. And so is Twilight Princess. I mean, you can, like, Twilight Princess, it basically puts a trail of breadcrumbs in front of you and tells you to follow it. I mean, there's no kind of, like, that's what, like, I'm repeating myself now because I said this when I was doing co-commentary with Pyro Dragon, but I loved the way that Majora's Mask made you, like, have to explore and do side quests. I loved that about that game, and I think it's the biggest winning point of that game, was because it really kind of, like, made you explore the world. I don't know, I just thought that was brilliant. And like a lot of the games that came out with Wind Waker, like Wind Waker and Minish Cap, they both kind of, well, Minish Cap more so than Wind Waker, Minish Cap kind of spoon feeds you a little bit, not too much, but it does quite a bit. I think Twilight Princess is the biggest offender in the spoon feeding department, because they just basically, like, tell you where to go. It's just annoying. So yeah, I don't know, I don't have any impressions of Generation 5 yet, but hopefully I'll be happy. I think I'll be happy with the Pokemon anyway, because I think something new is always, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Like my new white, like my favourite white shirt, X-white shirt, after you washed it with your guaranteed to run blue jeans. What does he say then? So that's something old, something blue. But of course, then it always looked better on you. Oh, and the tea bag, it's new. Or stuff like that. Don't be late. I'm worried enough as it is. Oh, that stupid ad. That, like, you can look for that in my favorites. It's, like, really good. Like, it's the, it's a Barry's tea ad, and it's called Something Borrowed, I think, and it's in my favorites. You should look it up, because it's, like, one of the most touching ads. And it's funny, because, like, Barry's tea is almost like a cult here. Barry's tea is a family-owned company from Cork, and they make, well, tea bags, obviously. But it is, in my opinion, it's the nicest tea. Barry's tea, but it's kind of like a cult. If you're talking to people and you're like, oh, Barry's tea is brilliant, and they're like, oh god, I know, then you're kind of like, oh, I found a friend, I found someone who thinks the same way I do. And then like 99% of people down here will be like, yeah, Barry's tea is brilliant. And then if there's someone who's like, nah, Barry's tea, not that gone, and everyone will kind of just like turn around and be like, what did you say? And it's just like, it's kind of like a cult or something like that. I don't know, freaking Barry's tea. It's so funny. But they make brilliant ads. They make really good ads, Barry's tea do. They're really, really good. They're really well, like the newer ones aren't as good. They're kind of they kind of gone away from the image they used to cultivate. The image that Barry's tea used to cultivate was kind of one of kind of golden moments, like family times and memories and kind of love and stuff like that. And that's the kind of ad, like the atmospheres they used to make in their ads. Now the newest one, I don't really like it. It's kind of just supposed to be kind of funny. And Barry's tea ads were never about kind of being funny. They were about kind of being charming and passionate and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like the Barry's tea ads. And that one, Something Borrowed, is probably my favourite one. And my other one is probably Photograph. That's my other favourite one, where your one is talking to her mother. That ad is so sad. I don't know, because I know it's something that we never think about our parents. Like, if you have parents like who have been together since since you were born, your parents have been together in most cases. Okay, wait a second. Where do I have to go? I think we have to go back to this guy again. Yeah, this is the best. This is definitely the best path. It saves the most time. Oh, what? Oh yeah, I forgot that. He'll only trade with you 3 times a day. So if he says that, just use the Song of Passing. But what was I saying again? Was it about Barry's tea? Oh yeah, no, it was about parents. Like, if you're in the situation like most people are, where your parents have been together since the day, since you've been born, all you've known is that your parents have been together. You never think that, well, before my parents met, our parents knew other people and might have gone out with other people and had serious relationships with other people, more than likely. And you never think about that, so it's kind of weird to think about that what might have been. There's always a what might have been. Well, so far we've spent hundreds of rupees to do this, so it better be worth it. But I think we only have a few more to go. Yeah, I think the next one is the last one. If you find a place to put it, choose your delivery bag. Yeah, I think all we have to do is go to Mother and Child aisles now and get what's called the Shop Guru idol, which you'll like. And then to come back here, and if you give him the Shop Guru idol that he was talking about, he'll give you a piece of heart, and then we'll go back to Zunari, and we'll get the last inventory item, and then we'll finish off the video. I don't know if I'm going to record more. Let me see, if that's 2 episodes of Wind Waker. That's Monday, Tuesday. Let me see, no, Monday Wind Waker, Tuesday Prime, Wednesday Wind Waker, Thursday Prime, Friday Wind Waker. I should record another one. I should record 3. Why did I go here? My god, this video was already going to be half an hour long. Sorry if some of you don't like half an hour long videos, but as I said, this, it's kind of fun sometimes. I don't do it. Usually I keep, all my videos, some of them are 12 minutes. They're always going to be usually 12 to 17 or 18 minutes long. The only ones I've done that have been longer will be this one and the Korok Tree side quest, just because I think they warrant it. I'm still debating with myself as to what I'll do with the Savage Labyrinth. I kind of like the idea I have at the moment is to cut the Savage Labyrinth in 2 parts and do one part where I do the first 25 floors and get the Triforce chart, and do another part where I do the second 25 floors and get the Piece of Heart, because I think that'd be fun. I don't know. The Savage... Oh, mind. Don't, like, turn around. See, I told you they're not good. They're not good. They don't help you. Don't believe anyone that tells you those cyclones help you, because they don't. Anyone who says that is a big fat liar. Like, big flat liar. Big flat liar. He'd have to be like that guy in Beetlejuice that, like, goes around on the pulley, Joe, with the tire mark on his face. It's just like... Well, that's who Big Fat Liar would look like. Isn't Big Fat Liar a movie with Amanda Bynes and Frankie Muniz? I think it is. Do you know Amanda Bynes from Amanda Show? And Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. What's up with all these shows that are out at the moment that are basically a copy of Malcolm in the Middle? There are loads of them. Like, there are about, like, 3 American ones, and there's like, and 1 British one, and they're all, like, complete and utter copies of the concept of Malcolm in the Middle, which in itself is a copy of the concept of, that was, like, put forward in The Simpsons, I suppose, of the kind of the dysfunction, watching the dysfunctional family, compared to, like, Family Ties or something like that. Or what's that thing Amanda was showing me? It's All in the Family or something like that. Yeah, compared to, like, Family Ties and things like that, and, like, different strokes. Like, The Simpsons were kind of like the dysfunctional family. And I suppose ever since then, people have kind of latched onto that concept. In that case, would you be interested in trading? Look, the Shop Guru statue, it has Zunari, Joe Popo, on top of it. Sure. What's it going to be? Yeah, 200 rupees. Yeah, this is a lot. Like, you end up spending loads of money for these, just for that Piece of Heart and for... Well, what you'll see now in a minute when I go back and visit Zunari. I think that's the end of it. So all we have to do now is go to Great Fish Isle and give the Shop Guru idol to that guy. Look the way it looks up there on Y. It looks like it... Well, no. Oh my god, Link, what's wrong with you? Look, he's all like sideways. That's brilliant. I'm just going to check if my audio is recording, guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, it is. No problem here. No problem here. No problem here. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the present! Oh man. Earthbound, there's a game. I'm kind of glad that Splitable Infinitive is let's playing that game because, like, I usually play Earthbound kind of once a year or so, kind of during the summer usually, or else like, well, not during the summer, but I usually play it like once a year during the summer. But last summer I didn't play it for some reason, and I don't know why. So I'm kind of glad that Splitable Infinitive is let's playing it, because I'm kind of like getting to live through the experience, like, and look, see, it looks like a penguin, like the Penguin. Speaking of the Penguin, there was like this guy in a nightclub there in Cork a few months ago, well, maybe like a month or 2 ago, and he got his nose bitten off by a knacker or whatever, and like it just goes to show, mind yourself when you're in a nightclub. But when I heard about it, I didn't laugh, but it was kind of funny because I found myself thinking of, do you know that part in Batman Returns where where Danny DeVito was like, it could be worse, my nose could be gushing blood, and then they're like, what? And then he goes like, wow, and like bites your man's nose. And that's all I could think of was like Danny DeVito in a nightclub, like the Penguin in a nightclub, going to this guy, it could be worse, my face could be gushing blood, and like biting his nose, like going, ow, like a shark. It's just like, it's such a funny kind of image. My nose gushing blood. So yeah, this has been a really long episode. It's probably going to be like over half an hour long. But you guys know I'm not in the habit of doing that, and if you don't want to watch all of this, then I don't mind. It's just me doing the trading sequence, even though I did get a few, look at all the stuff that he has now. I mean, look! Oh my god, look, the Skull Tower idol is like, shaking. That's kind of cool. And look, your pinwheels turn. You're like, big wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Yes, young master, already my shop has a wide variety of products to choose from. It is a cornucopia. Thanks to you, young master, every morning the postman comes with packages from the travelling salesman you traded with. At last my humble stall has the appearance of a full-fledged store. My dear, your unflagging dedication has strengthened my determination to live my life for the success of my business. Master, you are the saviour of my stall. I must thank you from the very bottom of my heart. This is my most prized possession. Next to my hoodie coat, of course, it is none other than the Zunari family treasure. Please accept it. And you get the magic armor. Basically, if you turn this on, it'll deplete your magic slowly but surely, but you won't take any damage while you're using it or whatever. It is a magical heirloom, one that calls up a mysterious power to protect your body from harm. So yeah, there are a couple of instances where it's useful, but for now, I think we're going to end it off. So in the next part, I think I'll go and get a couple of Triforce charts, and if I can get up 150 rupees, then I might go and buy that piece of heart from Beedle. So I'll see you next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, guys. See ya!